Hold on this computer. All righty. Good evening. So tonight we're going to do another fun one. We are actually, let me bring it up, my week. We are actually going to make a Thai red curry paste, and then we're going to use that paste in Chiang Mai noodles. So let's get cracking. So our red Thai curry paste, I'm going to make the full portion of this because then I'm going to split it up. We'll have a look at cookie dough in a minute and see what weights there are for different recipes. Okay, so start cooking. So I'm going to put 2 tablespoons of coriander seeds in there, and then without the measuring cup, it's actually going to cook for 2 minutes, 120 on speed 1. I'll dial that up. And then whilst we're doing that, let me share my screen because I want to show you. Okay, let's explore. So red Thai. Okay, so red Thai curry paste. I'm actually doing this one. But these are some of the recipes that use our curry paste. Let me look at the beef jungle curry that uses red Thai chilies. No, let us be a little bit more specific. Get rid of that, and then click on the filters and put in Thai. No, red Thai. Thai. So we actually get. No. All right. Let me look at what it's called. Thai red curry paste. So what I'm trying to do, ham-fistedly, is actually bring up the ingredient. Thai red new. All right. So let's type it in up the top. Thai red curry paste. There we go. Okay. So Thai red chicken curry, Chiang Mai noodles, Thai curry noodles. So what I normally do when I make a paste is I actually look and see how much of the paste. So 80 to 100 grams of the red curry paste for that one. I actually look up. All right, stop share. I actually look up and see how much. It's because when you make a paste, it actually, so the tandoori paste actually makes about 8 batches. So I actually freeze them ready to go. So I can just pull it out when I want because it's actually quite a lot of paste to be then trying to use up in the 3 or 4 weeks before it goes off. Okay, so 1 minute, speed 10. And I've actually got our sound off. So let us share the screen again. And let me know if you can hear me, Leanne. All right, so the Chiang Mai noodles only uses, you can? Yep, yes. That one only uses 4 to 5 teaspoons. Our Thai curry noodles. Yep, 70 grams. The Thai chicken curry, 50 to 100 grams. So I would probably decide what your favorite recipe is. Thai red pork curry, let's have a look at that. Yep, 60 to 80. So maybe even just do it in 50-gram lots. That seems to be, and then you can sort of dip in, or even 20-gram lots because that's a tablespoon. So then next, repeat milling as needed until we have a fine powder. I reckon that's probably, that's not bad. It's probably not super, super fine, but need to crack on. All right, so 8 fresh long red chilies. Now, I am not a big chili fan, so 4 red chilies for my household. 4 centimetre piece of fresh ginger. So I bought this beautiful fresh ginger today. Chop that up. So 2 tablespoons of ground paprika. So I'm using my sweet paprika, not my smoked. I just prefer the sweet one, not that I asked for smoked. So 8 garlic cloves. So 4 limes, zest and juice. So there's our zest. A handy hint for the zest is you can actually put it into paper towel. If you peel it early enough, put it into paper towel and it will actually dry out and then it will actually mill better. But didn't have time tonight. So then juice of 4 limes. So I am just going to go crazy with our limes. Now, handy hint for limes and lemons is to put your spatula in the middle and squeeze around it and then turn it round and squeeze it. And also to roll your limes before you cut them, to juice them. So this is obviously something I could have done earlier, but that's all right. Start squeezing. So there's obviously red Thai curry, green Thai curry. There's all sorts of other pastes that you can make. Like I mentioned earlier, you've got your tandoori paste. That is my absolute favorite. I also make hoisin sauce, homemade hoisin sauce, and my daughter uses that as a dressing for her salad when she has salads every day. We make the salad with vermicelli noodles, spinach and coriander, all chopped up, and then also carrot, cucumber. And then I put black and white roasted sesame seeds. That's all right. I saw a bit of lime jump in. Sesame seeds and then salted roasted cashews on the side. And then I put the sauce in separately. So that is still her favourite lunch at the moment. That's nice and healthy. So you can use the sauces for different things. So the tandoori sauces and pastes. So the tandoori paste you can use obviously just to marinate. You can actually put it into bread rolls. The masala bread rolls actually has tandoori paste in them, which is, they are just beautiful, those bread rolls. One more, nearly there. And what else? Yeah, so just all sorts of stuff that you can use pastes and things for. And, you know, even Google's your friend. See what else is out there outside of Cookie Do for your pastes and your sauces. Okay, 4 stalks of lemongrass. So I've chopped them up. Okay, insert measuring cup. So this is going to be, we'll take, oh yeah, 10 seconds, speed 9. Let's see how that goes. Oh, so I can actually hear that it's lifted up off the blades. So I'm going to show you that. And it's actually gone all the way out to the outside of the bowl. So I'm going to scrape down and go again. Just so that it gets the full chop and or mill. Because we want it to be a full-on paste. All right, I'm going to add a second and then dial it around to 9. So you can still, right? Then what does it say? Scrape down the sides and repeat until a paste is done. So I am going to actually go a little bit less on my speed. Let me tilt that down. I'm going to go slightly less on the speed so that the ingredients don't actually go up the sides of the bowl as much. And so they actually get chopped. And I'll be able to hear that. Bring it back. I can hear it's not. Alrighty. Paste, insert, keep going. All right, turn speed selected to speed 4 for a minute. All right. Let's see if that gets, and meanwhile, follow the next step, which is actually pouring oil into the bowl. So I'm going to just chop it just a little bit more. Right, and then I'm going to do it again. A little bit of a process, but, you know, I'm not the one that's having to use a mortar and pestle. It's quite quick in relation. I'll just go again. All right, so then next. All right, so that's pretty much a paste. Let me show you. A little bit stringy because we've got lemongrass and stuff in there, but that's all right. So I have actually measured out my oil beforehand. I'm using peanut oil. The choice was peanut oil or grapeseed oil. So I'm going to go to speed 4. Meanwhile, follow this. Yep. I'm going to pour that on. And it goes on the lid. I'm just going to pour all of it on. And it actually drips in under the MC. So you'd use this process, the same process when you're making mayonnaise. As well as you pour your oil on top and then let it pour in. I'm just going to push it around a little bit. That goes in. There we go. And I can still see I've got about 20 seconds to go. Twelve seconds. Pretty much make sure all of the oil is in. And because it's on speed 4, I can actually take the MC off. Anything over speed 4, you're going to splatter yourself. All right. Nice. Okay, transfer into a sealable container. So I'm going to show you. What that looks like now. There we go. Looking good. All right. So because I am super lucky and I have a small bowl, I'm just going to leave that in there till I need it. And I'm going to crack on to the next recipe. All righty. So next recipe, my week. So you can also see what I made my daughter for dinner tonight, which was the cauliflower buffalo bites. Loves them. Absolutely loves them. She's a veggie. But Chiang noodles. Okay. Now, what I'm actually going to do is I am going to, so it says 4 portions here. I'm going to click on there and change it to 2 portions. So I can do that for recipes that have been already adjusted. So they're going through the recipes, but you know, we've got 90,000 recipes on CookieDo, so it's going to take time. But for recipes that have already had this done, you can just do it on the screen. Otherwise, you need to do it within the app. Let's hit apply. So what it's done now is halved all the ingredients for me. So start cooking. Cook 100 to 130 grams of egg noodles. So there's only me tonight, so I have made enough for one, because I can always cook another fresh batch tomorrow, because there's going to be leftovers anyway. Drain and cover, set aside. Right, so 3 echalotts. I've got those cut into halves. Put them in. The next 2 garlic cloves, nice size ones. And then half a fresh chili. It says half to 1, so of course I'm gonna like do a piece. Because I am a massive chicken when it comes to chili. Insert measuring cup, so 3 seconds, speed 7. Dial it round, won't let me go past 7. Let me just wash my spatula. There we go, quick as that. Scrape down. So I will show you what that looks like. Okay, so 20 grams of oil. Now, because I used peanut oil in my paste, I'm going to use peanut oil again. Just checking out the flavour. See what a difference it makes. So pop the simmering basket on top because we're going over 95 degrees. There you go. And 2 minutes, 100 degrees, speed 1. Now, what we're going to look at here is that once the bowl gets to 37 degrees, it will actually show up above the 100 to show you what the temperature of the bowl is. Then, once it actually gets past 60 degrees, the lights will turn red and the color of the ring around the temperature circle will also turn red. So we've got 45 already, 50, 55, so it's about to turn green. Turn red, sorry, from green. Turn red, and it's turned red there. So it's not always, though, going to get up to the temperature on the first go. It just depends on the recipe. Trust the Thermomix, because sometimes it's building a temperature. So this one's 75. We've still got a minute to go. And the fantastic thing about the TM6 is within recipes, you can actually go up to 160 degrees now. So you're browning your onion and your meat, which is fantastic, which is super handy now. It's just like a fry pan. There we go, 90, and we've still got 42 seconds left. And we've got a little bit of steam coming up. But what we can also do is look at preview. So we can look at the next steps, which is awesome. Because you're always going, oh, I wonder what's next. So a bit of our paste, chicken thigh, and then measuring cup. So I've gone up to step 15 of 29, looking at the screen. But the little tab below says 11, and that's a step that I'm actually on. So I'm going to press that, and that will take me back to the step. We're ready to go. And away we go. So then next, so it's 1 to 2 tablespoons, and I picked up a teaspoon, of course. Let me grab my tablespoon out. There we go, 1 to 2 tablespoons to taste. Let's just go 1, because we know I'm a big sook. Oh, maybe a little bit more. And always put extra coconut milk in there, which is the handy hint for getting it to a little bit cooler. All right, so there is my red curry paste in. Then it says 250 grams of chicken thigh, cut into thin strips. I'm actually using chicken breast because that's what I had in the cupboard. In the fridge. So I'm going to pop that in. And then I'm not going to worry so much. So sometimes because the chicken breast is a lot softer, it can actually shred the chicken breast. So I am going to tell you about the handy hint. What you need to do to keep chicken breast more solid, if it's a thigh recipe. If it's a chicken breast recipe, that's fine. But if it's a chicken thigh recipe, put the butterfly in. When you put the butterfly in, it helps the meat just move around nicely. Okay, insert measuring cup. Let's pop that on. So 2 minutes, 90 degrees, speed 1. So that's obviously just mixing it up. So we're already at 90 degrees anyway from our previous step, which is great. And then next we're looking at fish sauce, palm sugar, turmeric, coconut milk, and lime juice. I am going to grab, I have got another lime, but I'm going to for the second half and just use lime juice. Milk and everything. Ready. So it's only 2 minutes. So other things that you could do, obviously this is a wet recipe and it uses noodles, but you can use all sorts of types of noodles, whatever suits you, whatever's in your cupboard. You can also, there's all sorts of different things that you can do. If you put less liquid in and cook things up, when it chills, you can just scoop out the meat and veg or whatever's there and maybe use it in a pie. The filling has to be cold, otherwise the pie goes soggy, and also not as much liquid. But you know what? There's great uses for leftovers, and you can buy like mini pie things and bigger pie things and all that sort of stuff. So just ideas for your leftovers there. And then we've got 15 seconds to go. You can always tell when I'm not quite as prepared as I normally am. Bit of a, not a schmozzle. Okay, so a tablespoon of fish sauce. I have actually become, this is a vegan fish sauce, FYSH. I actually really like this compared to the normal fish sauce. I like the more subtle flavor. So I'm going to use that. So a tablespoon of fish sauce. Two teaspoons of palm sugar. So I actually have, let me show you, because a lot of palm sugar is just flavored sugar, that's palm sugar. I've actually got one that's 100% palm sugar. So I like to use that. I found it, but it comes in like big chunks. So I had to give it a bit of a chop, a grate. So 2 teaspoons. It's interesting when you find out that some of the ingredients that you've been using that you think are something are just flavored with, rather than actually the full ingredient. Right. Okay, quarter of a teaspoon of turmeric. So next, 170 grams of coconut milk, which I just had in my hand. There we go. So, of course, this is the half recipe that I talked about. There we go, 170. Next, tablespoon of lime juice. Fish. A little bit of a splash there. So, teaspoon of chicken stock paste. I only make the veggie stock. So that's all I use, no matter whether it says beef, chicken, or veg. I will at some point, I guess, get around to making the others. And my new plan is, because I found that I wasn't using the chicken and the beef stock enough, I'm actually going to give them out to people. Yes, the vegan fish sauce is in Woolies. Woolies or Coles. Totally recommend. So 200 grams of water. So it's automatically halved everything for me. There we go. And then insert measuring cup. And next, so 1 minute, 90 degrees, speed 1, and it's put it on reverse already for me. Which is fantastic. And then let's have a look. A bunch of pak choy cut into thirds. So pak choy, bok choy, whichever one of those. Insert measuring cup. Another minute. Divide reserve noodles between bowls. So there's my bowl. I'll pop my noodles in. They will obviously get a little bit more exciting once I put the liquid on it. And then we've got, you can pop your more chili on top. I've got coriander and spring onion. And it also said to pop, next, 1 bunch of pak choy. Pop that in there. It also said, what are they called? I'll find it in a second. Hang on. Back in the 80s. Hang on. Insert measuring cup. Another minute. So I'm going to have a look. So the noodles, all right, spring onion, shallots, and bean sprouts. So back in the 80s, they just filled Chinese fried rice with bean sprouts, overloaded them. So I'm over them from 30 years ago. So I don't do bean sprouts. That's my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. So because I've used a different cut of chicken, I'll just make sure that it's fully cooked, because it was cubes rather than thin slices, before I dish up. Stuff out of the way. So that was pretty quick though. After making the paste, making the noodles was a quick snap. All right. So next, look. Oh, yep. So the chicken breast hasn't completely, a couple of bits of disintegrated, but not too bad. There's still, pull that up, in nice chunks. And that looks fully cooked to me. So then I will just tilt my camera down to there. And I will get a nice Ishiropara. Pour that on. And then pop our the coriander. And some spring onion. We'll just waft the bits around. And there we go. That is done. Yep. Top with the chicken and the sauce, garnish with 1 to 2 spring onion shallots, cut into thin slices, 2 sprigs of coriander, leaves only, and our bean sprouts. And that's it. Dinner is done. So then I've also got my paste to use for later down the track. Away we go. All right. Thank you very much for coming along.